to Reality Snack, where real stories come in snack-sized bites. We serve reality fast and fun. So turn up the volume and let's dive into today's Reality Snack. Welcome to Reality.
In December of 1872, a ship was discovered drifting alone in the Atlantic Ocean. At first glance, nothing seemed unusual. Its sails were still standing. The hull was intact. The cargo remained untouched. But when sailors boarded the vessel, they found something deeply unsettling. The ship was completely empty. Not a single crew member remained. The captain was gone. His wife was gone. Even their 2-year-old daughter had vanished. There were no bodies. No signs of a struggle. No evidence of piracy. It was as if everyone on board had simply disappeared. The name of the ship was the Mary Celeste, and its mystery would puzzle the world for more than a century. To this day, it remains one of the most famous maritime mysteries ever recorded. But what really happened aboard this so-called ghost ship? And why did an entire crew abandon a perfectly seaworthy vessel in the middle of the ocean? The story begins on November 7, 1872. The Mary Celeste departed from New York Harbor bound for Genoa, Italy. On board were Captain Benjamin Briggs, a respected and experienced sailor, his wife Sarah, their young daughter Sophia, and a crew of 7 seasoned seamen. The ship's cargo consisted of more than 1,700 barrels of industrial alcohol. The weather was favorable. The vessel was well supplied. Nothing suggested that disaster lay ahead. For nearly a month, the ship sailed across the Atlantic. Then, without warning, something happened. On December 4, another vessel called the Dei Gratia spotted the Mary Celeste drifting aimlessly between the Azores and Portugal. From a distance, the ship appeared normal. Yet no one responded to signals. No crew members could be seen on deck. Suspicious, the captain of the Dei Gratia ordered a boarding party to investigate. What they found only deepened the mystery. The lifeboat was missing. Navigation instruments were gone. The captain's logbook had stopped several days earlier. Yet most of the cargo remained untouched. Food and fresh water were still plentiful. Personal belongings were left behind. Valuable items, including money and jewelry, had not been taken. If pirates had attacked, why leave everything behind? If a storm had struck, why was the ship still largely intact? And if the crew had abandoned ship, where were they now? News of the discovery spread rapidly. Newspapers around the world became fascinated by the story. Soon, theories began to emerge. Some believed pirates had boarded the vessel and murdered everyone on board. Others suggested mutiny. Perhaps the crew had rebelled against Captain Briggs and escaped. But investigators found no evidence of violence. No blood. No weapon damage. No signs of a fight. Theories became increasingly bizarre. Some claimed a giant sea monster had dragged the crew into the depths. Others blamed alien abductions long before the concept became popular. One writer even suggested that the crew had been attacked by a giant squid. The public loved these explanations, but none of them fit the evidence. As decades passed, the Mary Celeste transformed from a real maritime mystery into a legend. Books exaggerated details. Articles added fictional elements. Stories became more dramatic with each retelling. Some accounts even falsely claimed that meals were still warm on the tables when the ship was discovered. In reality, no such evidence existed. So what was the actual story behind the disappearance of the ship's crew? Will there ever be a scientific, logical explanation, or will it remain an unsolved mystery? Stay tuned for part 2.